gonna keep going, goddammit. What it do? Wow.
Charlo has just vanquished Ennis and moving.
The truth, Errol Spence Jr.
There's a big left hand.
Gervonta Davis.
Shout out to the almighty LGBC, the Lions Den Boxing community. If you didn't know, now you know. All right. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Morning After Show. You got your boy right here, KQKC, and my co-host, Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What's going on, Knockout? What's happening, man?
Oh man, I'm chilling. What's up with you, KQKC? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I'm chilling. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm hanging in there and got a little toothache though, but hopefully it'll go away, man. But I'm enjoying this boxing year. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I thought July 29th, was the highlight. But man, we talking about September 30th. We talking about Charlo. We talking about Canelo Alvarez. The winner gonna come out with 8 belts. 8 belts, baby. Man, so now how that gonna work? I don't know. I think Charlo gonna go back down. I don't know. Or you gonna stay at on 68? I don't know. But I know Earl Spence is moving up once him and Terrence take care of their thing. So he gonna be at 154. So we're gonna see. And
don't forget, next week we got Alicia Baumgardner and Frank Martin in them fighting. And Nonito Donaire is back in action.
Right.
And you got Elvis Rodriguez taking on Victor Postal. It's some
man, Elvis in the building, man. Yes, sir, man. I'm telling you, man. I told you this year is the best year of boxing I have seen in a few years.
Mm-hmm. And whatchamacallit? Oh yeah, and then next week also on that Alicia Baumgardner card, Andy Cruz, the gold medalist from Cuba, is making his professional debut.
Wow.
And guess what? He said he's not doing the stuff like Keyshawn Davis and all these other U.S. Olympics. He said he ain't doing no 4-rounders, no 6-rounders, no 8-rounders. His professional debut gonna be a 10-round fight.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. But they specialize in that's boxing, over in Cuba, baby, man.
Yeah, so it's some good fight. It's some good fights next week too. So,
oh yeah, man. You know what? The Alicia Baumgardner fight, that's during the day, right?
I don't know. Let me check.
Cause Boxer, which is over in the UK, promotes her and Clarissa Shields, and
they fighting on the zone. She with the zone. They fighting on the zone. It's gonna be at nighttime because it's a hometown fight for her. It's in Detroit.
Oh yeah, wow.
She fighting in Detroit. Yeah. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Then the other fight.
She gonna be on around the same time as Frank Martin. You might have to do a poll.
Wow, yeah, man.
I'm sure everybody gonna say they want to see the Frank Martin fight though.
Right. But
just guessing. You know what I mean?
But that's a tough young lady Baumgardner fighting. So
she already lost to her.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, she already lost to her. She's trying to get her get back. I like the fact that Baumgardner's doing this, trying to go back and get a W off somebody that already beat her. Now that she's champion, she could easily just keep doing what she's doing, but she's going back and saying, "Nah, let me get that back. I think I'm better now. I think I'm a better fighter. I'm world champion. I'm unified. You know what I'm saying? Undisputed or whatever. I got to get that. I got to get that. So I like how she moving, man. I like how she moving. You want to go ahead and get your roll call done? So
Yeah, we'll go ahead and see who all up in the building, baby. What's going on, Icon Canadian, my brother from the north? What's going on? What's going on, D1? What's happening with you? What's going on, Bill Hill from Blueberry Hill? What's happening with you? We got my man, Chi-Town Finest. Welcome home, Chi-Town. I will catch you a little later, baby. Yes, sir, Chi-Town is back in the Chi-Town. Wow. Yes, sir. What's going on, not me? What's good with you? What's going on, Stefan? What's going on with you, man? Long time. Oh, no, see. What's happening with you? Yes, sir, from ringside. What a fight. Yes, it was. All right. Yes, sir. Who else we got in here? YGB22. What's going on with you? All right, Tom Swindle. Good to see you again. What's going on, Mega Red? Yes, sir. The king of the light-skinned brothers is in here. What's going on with you? Brian King, B. Falcon is in here. What's going on with you? All right, salute to you. Oh, somebody come to see KQ and KO. He jumped on me. Yes, sir. All right, who else we got in here? We got Young World up in here. He said, Garza. Salute KQ and KO. A salute to the chat. Yes, sir. What's going on, Young World? All right. Yes, sir. We got Thomas Hill is up in here. What's going on, Thomas? How you feel, man? What's going on? Big Shag. All right. What's going on? All right. Knockout sounds a little bad, like bat Bowley. Bowley James. All right. Okay.
I don't know who that is. I hope it's a compliment though.
Yeah.
I don't know who Bowley James is. Big Shaq God. I'm finna look it up.
Okay.
Look it up and block your ass.
What's going on, Flawless Mentality? What's going on, Dr. Mars? What's going on? Yes, sir. All right, what's going on? Ricky Williams. Yes, sir. No winning teammates up in here. What's going on, Rick? All right, salute to you. What's up, Ezekiel Young? He's back in here. What's going on? All right, what's up, Soldier of God is up in here. All right, well, yes, sir. All right, what's going on? Bullet Gibson, baby. Yes, sir. Wow, I thought you were talking about Bullet, the other Bullet. All right, Ezekiel Young is in here again. Yes, sir, I got you already. Yes, sir. Shakir Bellout is up in here. Yes, sir. Hey, it jumped on me again, baby. Yes, sir. They are coming on in here. Reggie Milliken, I see you. All right, King and Botchologist. It's up in here. What's happening with you? All right, yes, sir. We got Tech Hussein up in here. Robert Hill up in here. What's going on? Not me. I see you again. Percival Mac. What's going on? All right. The Messenger 215 in here. Yes, sir. Detroit rapper. He's nice. Fresh Detroit. Okay, he's a rapper. Knockout.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I got bars now. I got bars. Yeah. I might stop this YouTube thing and just become a rapper myself. You know what
I mean? Mike Masick. What's going on? All right. That's right. That's all we got right now. Make sure you hit the like button. All right. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Let's get to a fight. Let's get to a fight real quick that you didn't call, but we both watched it, and that's the fight Friday night between Diego Pacheco and Gallegos. Diego Pacheco got the fight in the 4th round. OG, he 19 fights into his career, man. It's time to start fighting some better competition, man. What you think of Diego Pacheco's performance, man, out of the Jose Benavidez senior camp, man?
Well, you know, okay, I kind of like what he said for one. He don't want to rush his career. He don't want to rush into anything. He want to take his time. But I'm sorry, this is a business that don't last long, right? You only got a small window. So sometimes you got to take what you don't want to take because that makes you great. That's what it does. It makes you great. And Pacheco, right now, he got a straight right hand. He moves great for a big man, you know, and that was a very small ring, you know, so with a pressure fighter coming at you, I think he did very well. But like you said, let's see him step up in competition. Let's see him get a big hit, and let's see can he take it. All right, that's what I want to see. Prove to me, show me. I'm like the Missouri State. Show me, baby. That's what I want to see. Show me. And right now, but I can say the Benavidez camp, they working with him. He's sparring with David Benavidez. You know, he even sparring with Jose Jr. You know, and so I mean, I like what I saw Friday night. He got a big right hand, and that uppercut is deadly. That uppercut is deadly, but like I say, I want to see him fight someone that's at his level or almost at his level because he's still a young man. And matter of fact, the Benavidez camp, coach Benavidez Senior, he said they had to kind of get him out his shell. In other words, he was just too nice of a guy on the inside. You know, he wasn't really, you know, getting in there and, you know, getting in that dog mode, you know, so they're trying to get him to open up, you know, and now I think he's starting to feel it. He's starting to open up now because don't punches, man. They was, man, bam. I mean, you can hear the punches through the TV, you know, so, man, but I like what I saw, but yeah, you're right. It's time for him to step it up. So
listen, it seemed like he hit hard against the level of competition that he's facing. He's now 19-0 with 16 knockouts. I thought he did well. He moved well, like you said in the ring. They put him in a little sparring ring. He was down there fighting in Mexico, so you already know what they trying to see. They trying to make sure that the fans get what they want. So they put him all close up in there and let him fight in a 4x4 ring or some shit. But
Right.
he did well against a pressure fighter in Gallegos, who's supposed to be a big puncher, down there out of Mexico. But he was just on another level. His footwork was way better. He was able to turn Gallegos real easy, walk him into shots. And like you said, that right hand and them uppercuts, man, they look like things of beauty. Again, when you're doing that against that level of competition and you do it for that long, you don't want to find yourself in the same position as a Zerto Ramirez or what we looking at from Jaime Munguia, where if you fight bad dudes, long enough, you can start to regress and you can start to fall back and not continue to advance. So he talking about taking his time and shit. Like, man, you got 20 fights, bro.
Right.
I mean, how much time you need for you start stepping up? What you want to fight 30? You want to be 30-0 and then like take your first step up, or what? Like,
Exactly.
what's the plan? And as far as one thing you said that kind of stuck out to me, I would how Jose Benavidez and them, they had to kind of bring that dog out of them or whatever, whatever it is that they said. I would just say, man, that to me, just my personal opinion, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. I'd rather have to slow a fighter down. If I gotta bring dog up out of you, if I gotta motivate you, then I don't know how long that can last. It's a certain part of this shit where you got to bring that shit up out yourself. I'd rather have to tell a dude to be patient, to not go so hard, to work on things and quit trying to kill everybody and shit like that. I'd rather have to do that as a coach or as a boxing fan of a fighter. I'd rather have to do that than tell somebody to bring that shit up out of them or go ahead and let your hands go or go ahead and try to hurt them. Like, this boxing, bro, this the hurt business. So that kind of gives me makes me kind of fall back a little bit. But he's a talented young man, big, tall, long, rangy. Got a lot of good things about him. I just want to see him actually tested against some of the tops of the division. Like, let's put him in there with a former champion. You know what I mean? Somebody that actually been something in the sport. Let's see what he really looked like, because you keep putting him in there with these guys that's not on his level, that don't have the talent that he has. It's gonna be hard to get him to work on stuff. It's gonna be hard for you as a trainer and as a manager or promoter or whatever to see what you really got. So it's time for Eddie Hearn to step him up as his promoter. And it's time for Jose Benavidez and for him himself, Diego Pacheco. It's time for them to call for that shit, man. It's time, bro. Like, you got 19 fights. I don't want to see you. I don't want to look at his next fight later on this year and it's somebody else that I know he ain't got no shot to lose to. Like, all his fights, you already know what's gonna happen. It's time for us to have a little intrigue going into his fight. That's gonna make him a bigger name, and that's gonna get him ready for, hopefully to be a world champion one day. But that's all I got on it,
Yeah, most definitely. I always say that though. I always say that if you keep on fighting lower competition, and then when it's time when you fight someone at your level or maybe a little bit above, then you might sink, and you're gonna try to swim back up. That's how I see it. So, and shout out to Aziki Young in the super chat. He said, salute to you both, getting this hike run and listening to y'all. Everybody who is able, get the week started off right with moving. We got to take care of ourselves. All right. Yes, hashtag Charlotte, hashtag North Carolina. All right. Appreciate you, Aziki Young. And tell your brother Isaiah I said what's happening. All right, appreciate you.
Not me says, who do I suggest? I mean, shit, put him in there with like Ronald Ellis. Put him in there with a Darrell. Hell, I'll even take like a Kyron Davis fight. Somebody like that, bro, where it's like they may be journeyman, they may not be world champion before, but they ain't gonna come and lay down. They gonna come and fight. They can survive. Ronald Ellis, I think, is real good to give him some good rounds and shit. Somebody like that, bro. Like, these dudes that he's fighting, they ain't got no shot. They all getting out of there before round 5, man. Dudes can't even go half of the fight with them. And they ain't really landing shit. It's not only they can't go half the fight with them, they ain't even landing shit. They ain't making them think, bro. So somebody like that, man. Let me ask you this, OG. Devin Haney. Eddie Hearn says that Devin Haney now has an offer to fight Regis Prograis. We know Devin Haney also was in talks with Shakur supposedly, and then I saw a tweet from Loma say he got unfinished business with Devin Haney. looks like Devin Haney got a lot of options right now, man. What's the best option for him? He got an offer at 140. He can defend at 135. What do you think of Eddie Hearn saying that they've now officially made an offer for Devin Haney to try to become a 2-division champion against Regis Prograis?
Well, now I'm hearing mixed messages about that. I'm hearing that the WC mandated them to fight him and Regis Prograis. And so look like they're gonna go Regis Prograis way. What I hear, I don't know, but he does have a lot of options. Now 135, I think, gonna be out for him. I think that weight just can't make that weight because he's gonna pretty much kill himself trying to make 135. So 140, I think, is his best bet. 140 is his best bet, and I think it's going to be Regis Prograis. Now, don't get it twisted. Regis Prograis, yes, he didn't look so great at home, but he still got that fire under him. He still got that break left hand as he fought Josh Taylor in that Super Series. I mean, so I think that's going to be the best for Devin, and that's the best choice for him. So, but as he can be a champion, yes, he can be a champion. Of course, but them belts, once he move up 140, he might as well drop them belts because he can't go back to 135. He's just too big. He's just too big. And of course, we know Bill Haney haven't said anything about Tank or nobody at 135. Why? Because they're not going to fight at 135 anymore. That's it, over with. So basically, what they're doing now is trying to find out. And listen, and I'm gonna tell you, KO. I don't want to see Haney sitting there fighting somebody like Pedraza or some shit. Right? Get in there and fight some champions. All right? Get in there and like, you're a champion, you're an undisputed champion. Then show us something. All right? Go in there and fight Regis Prograis or one of the top 5 at 140. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see no soft touches. Then everybody rah, 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 rah. No. And for the record, he did not break Lomachenko ribs. All right, let's just put that out there. All right, and so some people saying that
who said he broke his ribs?
Yeah,
where that come from?
BF, he said that in his video. All right, that he broke his rib because he said Shakur said, "Hey man, heal up well, champ. Heal up well, champ." You know why? Because he broke his ribs. That's why he said heal up, champ. Well, I
ain't heard nothing about that either.
Yeah, I ain't nothing about it because Bill would have been hollering to the Raptors, But still, in all, I still would like to see Devin Haney fight.
And Vasily Lomachenko, quick to make an excuse too. He'll tell you ass he hurt in a minute. He take a loss.
Yeah,
he take a loss. He'll tell you he hurt in a minute. So I know Vasily then would have been like, I broke my ribs in the first round.
Right. Yeah.
It would have been crying like a mother. So I don't know about that one, bro.
But Lomo, I don't think he's what he used to be, and all the other young up and coming fighters, I don't think that he's that matrix anymore. Devin Haney, great fighter, no doubt about it. Great jab, no doubt about that. Now this is a time to put up or shut up when you're moving up to 140. Yeah. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Regis Prograis fight. I think it's a good fight. I still just can't see the rush though, OG. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like we forget a lot of what these fighters and teams and what they say and shit. And I feel like Devin, Bill, Calvin Ford, Tank Davis. I think everybody's done too much talking for Devin to just hurry up and sign the fight Regis while Tank is in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanna wait to see what happens with that. And I'm with you. I don't want the fight at 135 though. Because I don't think Devin will be competitive at 135, but Regis is a good option. It's a good fight. It's a chance to become a 2-division champion. I understand all of that, but that's with no context. That's if you take out of everything that they've said in the past year, everything that they've done. You don't get to say everyone's ducking you. You the boogeyman. Don't nobody want to fight you. This guy ducked me. That's why I had to do this. This guy ducked me. That's why I had to do that. And now everybody is available, and you've exercised every option, or you saw about every single fight except this one fight, which is the fight that you claim you wanted the most against the cash cow of damn near everybody in boxing. So I feel like that needs to be explored first. But the Regis Prograis, it ain't a bad backup plan. It ain't a bad fight, but it shouldn't be the first fight for Devin. Just like for instance, Tank Davis, it's a good fight between him and Frank Martin. But based off of what he done said about Devin and all the stuff his team done said about Devin, Frank Martin shouldn't be the first option for Tank. When Tank get out and he get ready to negotiate, his first option needs to be Devin Haney. So I'm still pushing that line and hoping for that fight. But I can't say that Regis will be my first option as a fight fan that I want to see Devin fight, because I think Tank is a better fight. I think it's a bigger fight, obviously, and that's what they both claim they wanted. That's what they both been talking about. They both said they wanted that shit next. I'm asking both of y'all to stand on it. You don't get to say all that shit, then go do something else, because this is what I don't want to have happen, OG. Like you said, it's very quiet on Tank right now. They're not talking a lot about Tank. This is what I see happening, though. They fuck around, they sign the fight Regis next week or something, and the fight get announced or whatever for later on in the year. Then all of a sudden, now you won't get them to be quiet about Tank. I don't want to see that again, bro. I'm not vibing with that. I don't want to hear that. So I want them to get that fight out the way first. That's the one fight that I think will give Devin Haney fighter of the year. He'll be fighter of the year. If he fought Loma and then fought Tank and beat Tank,
oh yeah,
he'll be fighter of the year, bro. And vice versa for Tank Davis. But Regis Prograis coming off of that performance, yeah, all right. You know.
Now, do you think it'd be better to serve Devin to fight at 135 or 140?
Nah, he need to fight at 140.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing. This is what I keep telling people. Why can't he be like, yeah, I want to fight Tank, but I can't make 135. You know what I'm saying? We got to negotiate. Shit, Ryan did. That's what Ryan did.
Right.
You can say something like that or do something like that or move like that, but it got the energy need to be the same, is what I'm telling you. But that's my thoughts on it. I think it's a good offer. Of course, Eddie Hearn is doing his job. He's supposed to make that offer because that's the biggest fight that Regis Prograis can be in. That's realistic. I just don't. It's not Devin Haney's best option. And Devin Haney got a lot of options. He got a lot of good options, but it's only one option that's a great option, and we all know what that is. But that's all I got on that, man. You got anything else you want to say on it?
Oh no, that's it. That's it. I got to say on it. All right.
Well, let's get to Saturday night, man, with some real good fights. On Saturday night, man, we started off the night with the boy Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos versus Joseph Adorno. What was your thoughts on that fight, man? What'd you think of that?
Well, speed kills, and we saw that against Santos and Adorno. Adorno still was trying to land that left hook or that check left hook, and he just couldn't land it because Santos got in there and got right back out. Landed the left hand, got right back out, and then moved and reset. Then there go Adorno, he resetting. He went in the high guard. Then here comes Santos going back downstairs, then going upstairs. And so he pretty much punched where he wanted to punch. He pretty much was moving, using his angles, and kept on spinning Adorno. And that's why he was pretty much getting hit right there on the backside, because he was spinning out. And Adorno was trying to catch him with the left hook. But just too slow. And Adorno, like I say, he waited too long. He stepped, he wasn't in range. He was way outside the pocket. He wasn't trying to box, so it's just that Santos is an all-rounded fighter, what I saw Saturday night. Now, I think he is in play with the top fighters at 135. And I don't understand why he hasn't been mentioned in with their names. That's what I see. Now, Santos, yes, he's a southpaw, but he has more skills than just a southpaw on stance. I mean, yes, he knows how to use his angles. Yes, he knows how to go and use the right on check hook and go downstairs with the body shot, and then go back downstairs again, then back to the level, then overhand right, then everything come behind the jab. So Santos, now I get it. Now I understand why a lot of fighters, they trying to avoid him. All right, a lot of fighters at 135 trying to avoid him. Now, of course, you got guys like Frank Martin, they're not avoiding him. But I tell you, like you said, you came in the chat and said, hey, man, now I see why Shakur don't want to mention his name. Because if he does, he'd be like, hey, okay, hey, let's get it on. Send the contract.
He done
So
called out Shakur like 5-6 times, man.
yes, sir. So Shakur, he gonna have to, if you got to be great, and that's one thing I always say. You want to be great, you got to make yourself great. You got to go out there and fight the best. The best. Now, one thing about it, you ain't nothing you can hang your head down about if you lose, because you did go out and you went and got the best. So that's why I like Jamel Charlo, what he's doing right now. He's going up 2 weight classes, and it has been done. It has been done before, and they have won. Like Roy Jones, he has done and won. So Ennis Santos, what can he do? Knockout. My question to you is, what can he do to pretty much get these guys' attention? I know he don't have that that pull, I say, or he don't have the notoriety, or he don't have the fan base, or the big name. So what can he do? What's up, BF?
BF, what's up with it, bro?
So what do you see? How
I think Edwin on the fight, I think Edwin De Los Santos, he showed a lot more patience than we're used to seeing him show. His jab hurt. His jab will mess your eye up. Ask Joseph Adorno about that. And Joseph Adorno felt something in the first couple of rounds and made him not want to fight. I don't know if it was a punch off the gloves. I don't know if it was a straight left hand, but Edwin De Los Santos either threw something right by his face, hit something off the gloves, or something where Adorno was like, nah, he hit hard. Hit hard. And that boy went in the high guard. I'm not letting my hands go. I'm gonna move around this mug. I'm gonna make it look good, but I ain't trying to open up for real. I'm not trying to open up for real. I mean, his career was on the line. You coming off a loss to Elvis Rodriguez, they starting to feed you the prospects and shit like that. Man, you go out like that, Edwin De Los Santos will come in with some shit. And I like that Edwin De Los Santos usually a lot more reckless. He a lot more aggressive. I did see, he does make the same repetitive movement defensively, trying to pivot out in that same check right hook and going out tall and shit. So I think against a higher level of competition, defensively, I got some questions about him, but offensively, upstairs, downstairs, switching up the cadence of his punches. And you can tell that he just hit hard without trying. Them shots look like they whipping, and he punching through targets and shit like that. So I was very impressed with how he looked. Now, all he can do, OG, is just keep calling for these fights, keep doing what he doing. He got a whole page dedicated to you know what I'm saying, dedicated to calling out Shakur Stevenson. And I see what Planet 619 saying about Shakur mentioned the dude's name when he watches De Los Santos. They'll say he beat a prospect, and frankly, they'll be right. I understand what you're saying, but then if that's the case, then you shouldn't have guys like Sushishino on your resume, bro. Like, see, if you worried about what people will say when you beat somebody, here's my thing, Planet 619, bro. Like, Shakur versus De Los Santos. If you're worried about people saying that you beat a subpar opponent because they don't have the name that you're looking for to fight, then everybody that you fight need to have a bigger name than them. Everybody that you fight needs to not be someone that's lower than their level. But when I look at you and I see that you fought a Toka Khan Clary, or I see that you fought this dude Sashino Sushi, you know what I'm saying? I see these guys. I see Caraballo on your resume. When I see these guys on your resume, bro, you can't act like Edwin De Los Santos is somehow beneath you. It's like with a lot of these top fighters, bro, what I found out and what I don't like is that a lot of these top fighters, man, they all of a sudden, if you ain't got no name and you dangerous, then they care about your name. But if you ain't got no name and they trash, oh, they'll fight your ass. They'll fight your ass. So I'm not trying to hear that. He looking for an opponent, and I said this yesterday. Like, okay, Devin Haney ducked you, is what you saying. Like, no problem. I don't think Devin Haney ducked you, but whatever. You saying Devin Haney ducked you. Lomachenko just told you no. All right, you got to fight somebody. Well, Frank Martin's promoter said that he want to make the Frank Martin fight. Earl Spence is Frank Martin's promoter. He said he want to put you in there with Frank Martin. You got Edwin De Los Santos is calling out your name. and you got Raymond Murray-Tyler right there under the same house as you. Like you got some options, bro. You got some options to not fight a bum. You know, to not fight another bum. Like what we doing? So I think Edwin De Los Santos and Shakur Stevenson is a great fight. It's a fight that I would love to see. I would obviously favor Shakur in that fight, but come on, bro, like quit acting like people is beneath you and all that shit, and then you go fight somebody we ain't never heard of, bro. Like, nah, I'm not feeling that. So it is what it is, man. I thought, but back to De Los Santos, I thought he put on a great performance, but in order for him to get them big fights, OG, he got to aggressively start calling dudes out. I would say, don't just call him out at your fight or call him out on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? See if you can get your manager. See if you can get some see if you can get your manager or your promoter or whatever to get to one of those fights. So you find out when they fight next and you pull up. Shit. You go to the fight, like, hey, I want this fight next. What's up?
Yeah, you gotta embarrass him.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta it's certain shit you gotta do to get fights when you and Hector Luis Garcia. They say you ain't a name, you make yourself a name. If Rolly can find a way to get a fight, man, shit. You go find your way over there and you get you a fight too, especially if you based out of like Las Vegas or something. You know what I mean? You go when they had one of their fights in Las Vegas, you go over there. Hell, this fight that he just had, he was in Jersey. Shakur fighting Jersey a lot.
Right.
Shit. Hey man, you go over there and you say what's up? You know the Twitter shit cool. Calling them out at press conferences in the rings is cool, but pull up on them and let them feel you. Sometimes you gotta see these dudes in their face. So that's what I would tell him to do if he want to get a fight, man. Shit. Straight up like that. Hey, OG, that's what I do if I want to debate somebody bad enough, or I see somebody talking about me, or they say my name and shit, and they up on the panel, shit, I just hit the link. I just hit the link. Like, hey, what's up? what you talking about? Edwin De Los Santos might need to do that. He might need to just hit the link and be like, what's up, man?
Do he really want it though? See, that's the thing. Do he really want it? You know?
Yeah, that's the question. And he can do even more to show that he wanted. But that's all I got on it, man. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Some guys feel comfortable fighting just where they're at. Some guys don't have the aspiration like a Devin Haney or someone to step out and be better than what they fighting, you know, as far as level of competition. You know, so you know, I mean, you very rarely find guys or fighters like that. They're very comfortable, you know, so and they don't want to get out of their element. You know, they don't want to think. They don't want to pretty much go in there and go the extra mile, you know, like a Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. Those guys, they do. You know, so what's up, young world, in the super chat? Once again, say, OG, you went out last night after the fight. You look like you hold it on for dear life, Garcon. Yes, sir, Garcon. No.
Hey, he asked you a question. You just laughed it off. You ain't answering. You go out last night, man.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, all right.
No, I did, man. I did. I swear I did.
Hey, man, y'all hit the like button, man, one time for the show, man. We hit the like button. We keep talking that boxing. We need y'all to get them likes up. Look, man. So real quick, Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, they did the all access, man.
Oh yeah.
I watched the all access twice last night, man. What you think of that?
Man,
what you think of that, man? Talk to me.
You know what? I like the all access, and the special part that I liked about it was it was their fathers, you know, sons and fathers. Terrence Crawford's son came to see him on Father's Day, spent some time with him while he was in training camp. Earl Spence, him and his father, you know, now he's saying they're more like brothers than fathers, you know, and that made me think of my father, what he's going through right now, physically, you know, and so I mean that part I like. Family, that's important. His two girls, Earl Spence's two girls, you know, I just like the whole family atmosphere of it. But then again, Earl Spence watches everything. He sees everything. He knew Bud Crawford and like hot sauce, you know. And he's like, man, how you know that? But he did know that, and I think I know where he got it from though. When they had that send off for Crawford, and someone asked about hot sauce, whatever. He said, "No, I don't like hot sauce," something like that. So yeah, I think I know where he got it from. But hey, he remembered, you know. So, but I liked it, man. You know,
I thought it was good too, man. I like the I love the production. Whoever doing the editing for that is great. I ain't gonna lie though, you know I'm petty. That was a little too. I don't know, man. I know the fight gonna be great. I know the fight gonna be, you know what I'm saying, they gonna have it's a lot of bad blood and shit. Maybe they just saving everything for the ring, but I need a little bit more petty, man.
I know you were about to say that.
I need a little bit more petty, man. They a little nice, man.
Right, everybody's
so
thinking
respectful right now, man.
The only thing I saw nice Earl said, "No, I made the fight, right?"
Yeah, like nah, bro. I need more, man. I need more. Maybe it come out a little bit when they in each other's face, and so maybe that's what it is. But in the all access, I'm not gonna lie, I'm amped for it. You know what I'm saying? I know what type of fight it's gonna be. I know they about to get it in. Then I watch the all access, like you said. I'm watching them be good fathers and stuff. They being all respectful and stuff. I'm like, man, it's cool. Like, I'm glad they good men.
You want some low blows. You want some shots.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, man, listen, they need to put the camera on. They need to get Bernie talking, and then I need, like, where's Letitia Crawford at, man? I need people to talk some shit. Man,
right? Because boy gave Earl Spence credit for a man standing 147. So
I respect him.
I respect him, man. What is that? You say, man, I want to hear that shit, man. Say, man,
Earl, like I'm a dog. He a dog. We both dogs. I'm like, dog, bro.
I do that. You want some shit?
Oh, man, come on, man. I gotta watch that shit again this morning. Just try to get hyped to make some goddamn content. I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be making a video like, yeah, you know, they was great all access. They both real good fathers. Man, Terrence Crawford was with his son. Earl was with his daughters. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. So nice, man. I guess I can talk about Bud getting into it with Derrick James again. I don't know,
man. But you know what? You know that. Okay, that. No, see, a lot of Crawford fans, if you're in here, you know, shout out to you. But a lot of people didn't see the whole thing. They said, "Oh, Bud went off on Derrick and this and that," but they didn't see the whole thing when Derrick stood right in his face too. Like, man, I said it was, see, it's different when you see it, right? Than when you hear it, So I mean, Derrick wasn't bagging down at all. He showed who he was, So I think Bud Crawford fans, they got a little twisted. They thought Bud really just checked him or something, right? No, it didn't go like that.
Yeah, that was the most exciting part of that thing. I'm not gonna lie. I need more, man. I need a whole lot of more, man.
Well, we got a part 2 coming up, man. So maybe they get down and dirty because Earl said he ain't fought nobody. So maybe
they need to do more. Somebody need to tell them Knockout is watching. Goddamn it, Knockout is watching. And Knockout need a whole lot of more. I need a whole lot of more. Yes, I do. Ratchet since '91. Yes.
Okay.
I need Bud and Earl to act like they fans. Ratchet since '91. I need them to act like they fans. We don't like each other. They don't need to like each other. That's all I'm saying, bro. Look, man. Let's get to the next fight. What's up with the A1 who's on? I see you, bro. Kui, what's up? But look, let's get to the next fight, man. Elvis Gomez was upset by Marquise Taylor last night, man.
Yeah.
Elvis Gomez was on that card getting upset by Marquise Taylor. What you think of that fight, OG?
Okay, yeah, okay. I see you on YGB2. I unblock him, man. Okay, but yeah, okay. Just be careful.
I checked it out when he said it. He just timed him out. He good.
Okay.
I went to try to unhide him, but he just timed him out, so he'll be able to talk in 5 minutes. Our bad, Brian King B. Falcone. You know what I mean? He was just trying to. I'm looking at what he did. He was just trying to say hello to somebody, man. He was just trying to say hello to somebody, man. but go ahead, man. What you think of Elvis Gomez and Marquise Taylor, man? The upset of the night, man.
Man, Gomez is strong. He's aggressive, and he just went on point last night. Now, the awkward style of Taylor was very awkward, but he was landing. And I don't know for the life of me, the height, the range, He's built kind of like a Devin Haney, long and and has a long reach. And why he didn't stay on the outside and box him? Why he made it an ugly fight? That I don't understand. Now I get it. Gomez, that's what he does. That's who he is. But Taylor could have put that jab out there and kept him at bait a little bit. But then again, Taylor, he was kind of awkward. Head was everywhere. Head was this way. He had the herky-jerky style sometimes. But then here come Gomez. Gomez brought the fight out of Taylor. And that made him fight even more. Matter of fact, that made him better, in my opinion. But Gomez came and tried to do what he could do, but he kept missing. He could not time Taylor. Why? Because the movement Taylor was doing, the herky-jerky style type movement Taylor was doing, Gomez couldn't time him as he was coming in. Gomez was too giddy to get in there and land that left hand. Now, of course, Taylor comes back, fighting again. They both got fatigued early. So therefore the punches start slowing down. But then they start fighting inside the clinch, inside the booth, right? Then both guys going to the body. Great body work in that fight. Especially by Taylor. Taylor was going to the body in the clinch. Gomez, he was going to the body in the clinch, working with that free hand. So that was great on body work. But Gomez was the favorite to win that fight. But Taylor surprised him. Taylor surprised him with his tenacity, wrestling with him, leaning on him, and getting there and wrestling and trying to fight for position. So I like that. I like what he was doing. Now I know a lot of people in the chat was like, man, this fight, but it was exciting to me. I like that inside fighting, head to head, and of course that's what Gomez was doing. Gomez putting their head in the chest of Taylor and trying to, while the referee was on this side, Gomez was hitting him with uppercuts real up close, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, and now Taylor, he got the victory, which he should have, because he was starting to pull it away. Because see, them overhand rights was landing. The overhand rights was landing. And this what happened with Gomez. He didn't know where it was coming from, because he might throw it one way and it might land another way. That's that awkward style he has. So but that fight, some people say, man, it was a sloppy fight, but I don't think it was sloppy. I think it was just right on point. And I think Taylor did a great job on fighting back and fighting in the clinch. See, that's one thing about a fighter. You can bring out the fighter. He can make you fight his fight, or you stay and fight your fight. And Taylor pretty much bought into Gomez's fight last night, and that's what he did. So, but I like the fight, and I like what Taylor did last night. Now, this is the thing about it. Taylor height, Taylor reach. I would like to see him, tighten up on the jab. Start trying to work on the outside. Then, of course, yes, if you have to, then you fight on the inside. But as long as he has that long reach, as long as he has that tall frame, I think, he would be good and serve him better if he fight on the outside. So that's how I see it.
Man, I thought Taylor knew what he was. So he knew that maybe skill for skill, talent wise, speed, reflexes, he knew he couldn't match up with Yoel Gomez. So he made the fight ugly. Mm-hmm. He made the fight ugly and chose to outwork him, and he did a great job doing that. Yoel Gomez allowed him to do that. He banged with him. He allowed himself to get clinched. He didn't use footwork. He didn't use his jab to keep distance. He didn't do any of that, bro. And as a result, he ended up getting dragged into a ugly fight, and he got outworked. Even though I thought Gomez landed some cleaner shots, I thought he landed the harder shots. You could tell he was the bigger puncher in there. He let the dude. He came in there with a guy like Taylor, who's a dog, who's tough, who's rugged, and he let him hold him. He let him jump in with 3-4 shots, and he would only throw one back. And he started dropping rounds early in the fight. He was too busy smiling and trying to show that he was a showman in there and all that shit, while Taylor was just working. And he ended up outworking him. And he showed that if you come to fight and the other dude just come to box and think that he gonna get his stuff off because he's more talented than you, then you can end up winning the fight, man. And Marquise Taylor, He went in there and he did that straight out of where Rick Timms is from, straight out of H-Town, man. He put on a really good performance, and Elvis Gomez was supposed to be like a hot, can't miss prospect at 154 pounds, and now he back to the drawing board. If he knows what's good for him, man, he need to run that back. You know, these prospects, they try to lose and then just move on and all that. Like, nah, like if you gonna be who you supposed to be, Marquise Taylor is somebody that you supposed to be able to beat, man. You're supposed to be able to beat him, and you need to figure out a way to deal with that grappling. Because if he can find a way to deal with the clinching and stuff, he could have clearly won that fight. He could have clearly won that fight, and it shows that I'm just glad the judges got it right, because I was worried about that at that time. I was like, man, they might try to rob this dude, but he clearly won this fight. And you know, he showed that you ain't always got to be the most skilled. Sometimes will beat skill, and his will overcame the skill of Elvis Gomez, and he was able to get his hand raised. So happy for him. Good performance from him. Elvis Gomez, look, man, I don't know what it is with these fighters and shit, man. I don't know why they keep letting Joe Goosen train them, man. Joe Goosen, like, hey, man, Joe Goosen done, bro. Like, I don't know why Elvis, like, you from Cuba, you highly skilled, man. You better go to Bob Santos. You better get Ishmael Salas in your corner, bro. Like anytime a trainer allowed himself to get inducted to the Hall of Fame, don't go get trained by them, bro. He done. He feel like he done already made it. He finished. They done put him in the Hall of Fame already. And now he just in there just training for fun with a motorcycle jacket on, waiting to go ride his bike after the goddamn fight, bro. He ain't trying to train y'all for real.
Right.
He
ran out the last
fight. Yeah. No, dog, get the hell out of here. Why would you go to him? Like, you, Elvis Gomez, you a highly talented prospect, and you doing your thing, and people want to train you. You know what I'm saying? Your daddy was a gold medalist and shit. People want to work with you, and you go over there. No, dog. Nah, he need a new trainer. He need a new trainer fast. He need to go holler at one of the ones that's good with the Dominican and the Cuban fighters and shit, man. He said put some respect on Joe Goose and Jean Jacket Collect. Nah, bro, I'm not. Nah, cause he fucking Elvis Gomez up. Somebody with some sense would have told him, man, if you don't stop letting him hold you and make him box, he can't box with you. Stop letting him hold you. Stop letting him come inside. Cause Marquise Taylor was falling over his foot. He was jumping in. He was doing all kind of shit that Elvis could have took advantage of, and he just let him do it, bro, and just let him grab him and make it an ugly ass fight. That shit was sad to see, man. It was sad to see. But go ahead, OG. What else you got on it, man?
No, I'm just gonna say, you can't, like Joe Guzman. He had Diego Corrales, and he had a lot of other good fighters, and but when you get a fighter and you tell us or the reporters that, hey, look, you can't tell Ryan what to do. You gotta ask him, could he do? I mean, what kind of coach is that? You gotta ask him, well, can you punch like this? Or because Ryan wants to do what Ryan wants to do. Now, I don't know what you're doing over Derrick James, but I guarantee you it's not that. That's one thing.
Facts, bro.
Hey, Hoop Zone, baby, the winning team. He's in the super chat. He said, throw some MF color in this damn super chat. Salute to the OG and my fellow yellow fella. All right.
What's up?
All right, appreciate
all right,
you,
man. Before we get to Boots who put a boot up in motherfucking put a boot up in Roman video last night. Before we get to him, man, I got some comments from Earl Spence on Jamel, man. They asked him about Jamel and Canelo. Your boy Jamel taking on Canelo in September, man. He say I'm trying to be great. But this is what Earl had to say, man. I want to see what you think about what Earl had to say. Earl said, nah, because when Canelo started, he started at 147 pounds. And if you look at pictures with Jamel and Canelo, I'm taller than Canelo. So they were asking him, do we think Jamel gonna be too little? He says, Jamel has got some size too. I feel he'll mesh with the weight really good. He can't just bulk up and get too big and then be sluggish. I think if he just walks around and waits, he'll be just fine. I think he'll be just fine. He's big for their weight class. He says he can fight, and I think he'll be more energetic at that higher weight. He can't just sit around in front of Canelo and try to pick him off with shots and try to put fear in his heart. but I think Jamel is a big guy, so I think he'll be just fine. He said it sounds good, but he's got a 3-fight deal, so I don't know who it could be in the deal. It could be Benavidez, Jamal, and whoever else. So they were asking him if he's in the deal, and he's playing coy. And we'll see how it goes. And then he said one more thing about it. He says, so him and Al Heyman and whoever he's in the deal with, they probably already got the names picked out. It's already pre-written. I have no idea. I give people speculation, but it's nothing but speculation. And then they asked him would he consider moving up to 168 to fight Canelo. He said, yeah, I might. It's something that I would definitely think about, but I'm focused on the task at hand, and that's Terrence Crawford, and I want to get that belt at 154 pounds. What do you think about Earl's comments on the situation with Jamel Charlo and Canelo, man? You agree, disagree? What do you think of what he had to say?
You know what? He's spot on. He's spot on because Jamel, first of all, he is taller, but the weight, that's my concern. Jamel is a big guy. Jamal, they call Big Charlo, whatever you want to say, but he just, 7 minutes earlier than he was as twins. But now Jamel, he's Big Charlo, in my opinion. First of all, look at how you thinking now. Jamel used to be a firecracker. All right. He used to be a firecracker, and he was always ready to let loose and go off on somebody. Jamel now, once he got with Derrick James, once he left Ronnie Shields, he got with Derrick James. Now he's more mature now in the sport of boxing. He knows what he wants, and he go all in as he does on every fight. And on the Castano fight, I mean, the Harrison fight, it all started when he got his belt back. All that he showed maturity, and while Maul was having personal issues. So now I like what he did, where he said, "Look, you only can be great if you go out and try to get the make the situation great, something like that." All right, I'm just kind of ad-libbing here, but he wants to be great. He wants to be great. And now he's showing the way for everybody to be great. Now, everybody's not meant to jump up 2 weight classes, but right now his weight is there as far as walking around weight. But now I think that even though he has the weight on him, he still would be athletic. I still think that he can get out the way. And Earl Spence said, "Don't stand in front of Canelo," and that's right. Don't stand in front of Canelo. All right, that's a no-no. You know, that's not what Jamel is going to do anyway. Because Jamel always on his toes. Jamel always moving back, forth, left, right, then throw the 1-2 or throw the straight right. Jamel really good on time you. He can time you very well. You know, so but one thing about it, Jamel has that dog in him. That's no doubt. Now, can someone say Canelo is getting older or whatever? Well, Jamel is getting older too. Right? Yeah, sure. I know he's going in as the underdog, but that's fine. But this is not the first time, like I said earlier. This ain't the first time this happened, and it's not going to be the last time.
Yeah.
But Bill is daring to be great, and this is what I like to see. At least one Charlo is daring to be great, and that's what I see, and that's what I like. You know, so I think Charlo, and I'm not just saying it because that's my fighter, but I think he will pull this fight out. I think that he's gonna move, stay on his toes, and then maybe fight on the inside, then go back to boxing, go back in the inside, and go back and kind of change it up a little bit. Now, I noticed Canelo get a little winded now.
Shit, a lot. He get tired like a mug. Yeah.
Right. You know, so now is he gonna get knock him out? I don't know. Canelo do got a beard on him. So I don't know about knockout, but I think he'll win by at least a unanimous decision. So yes, Earl Spence is right about everything. And he also is right about this. You know, you can't worry about Jamel right now. You need to worry about Terrence Crawford. And that's what he's right about. He's right about he got to focus on Terrence Crawford for July 29th. That's all he has to do right now. Now, Jamel, that fight not taking place through September. Then you can go in there, and then you go in there and work or work on with Jamel, and I'm quite sure Derrick James got Jamel working with Anthony Joshua. All right, Anthony Joshua's a heavyweight, so I'm quite sure they in there sparring and doing their thing. So that's how I see it. Earl is definitely right about that. So
Yeah. Man, so I like the part where he said that Charlo shouldn't bulk up too much, because I'm not gonna lie, excuse me, them pictures with Charlo looking all swollen and stuff, like, bro, don't get too big, man. You need to go in there, because his advantages are his gas tank, his ability to move around the ring, and his athleticism. And you don't want to be sluggish, and you don't want to lose those advantages going into a fight of this magnitude. So I agree with that. I'm glad that he's thinking like that. That means that Derrick James is thinking like that. That means that Charlo is being told that. So everybody's on the same page with that. So I do like that. As far as the stuff he said about Charlo not being too little, look, man, Charlo is big, and like you said, I mean, Roberto Duran jumped up 2 weight classes to fight Ray Leonard at 147. So I mean, this shit has happened in boxing. Like, you can go through boxing, and this shit has happened before when guys are trying to, really fight the best and be great. So I don't have any issue with it from Charlo's side. I think that he's showing he's a dog. He's showing that he really wants to chase greatness and really etch his name in the history books. So I like all of that. And I like the way that Jamel is moving. And I like the PBC's willingness to put, their fighters on the line and put them in there with Canelo and really believe in them. What I don't like, though, and what really gets me is that, man, like, this shit just some like, when you really look at it, man, this some weak ass shit from Canelo Alvarez, bro. Like, there's no way that anybody else, like, what if Earl, like, just hear me out. Like, if Earl Spence or Gervonta Davis were free agents, right? Or Devin Haney's a free agent, right? If any of these guys are free agents and Devin Haney go sign a deal, and his deal is he pulling up a bunch of featherweights, how will people look at him? If Devin Haney signed a deal right now, he like, look, I'm gonna sign a deal, but I want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull up this 122-pound fighter. You know what I'm saying? Give me this featherweight over there, and his fans would not be okay with that, bro. Or Tank Davis, like, he go sign a deal at Top Rank, and he like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I'm signing this deal, but I need y'all to give me Oscar Valdez, okay, for my first fight. My second fight, I want Emmanuel Navarrete. And shit like that. Or Earl Spence signed a deal over on ESPN, and he like, yeah, I'm signing ESPN, but my first fight, I need the lightweight Vasily Lomachenko for my first fight. Then my second fight, I'm gonna fight Shakur Stevenson. That's gonna be my second lightweight that I fight. And then to end my 3-fight deal, I want to fight motherfucking Keyshawn Davis. That's the end of my 3-fight deal. Like, bro, this is what Canelo is doing, dog.
Yeah.
That's what he did, bro. This is literally what he doing. He looking across the land like, yeah, let me get Jamel. Let me get Jamel. And if I get past Jamel, let me get that welterweight. Let me get Earl right there. Let me get that welterweight right there. Let me pull him up. And then if I can, maybe I might fight Jamal. He's been out the ring 3 years. Let me get that. But like, I just can't. I don't like it. I don't like it, bro. Like, I don't like what Canelo is doing, bro. No matter how good of a fighter I think Jamel is, you got Rick and you got people in your division that have put in work that deserve that shot, but because you don't want to give them a shot, because you don't want to, you are literally looking 2, in some cases 3 weight classes below where you fighting it for opponents, bro.
Right.
And people got the nerve to call Jermell Charlo a duck for fighting Canelo instead of Tim Tszyu, but say that Canelo, well, y'all wanted him to fight Charlo. Y'all said that y'all wanted him to fight a Charlo. He's fighting a Charlo, and y'all still complaining. It's just, it's crazy to me that the passes that this guy gets, because no one else would get them, OG. No one else would get them. Can you imagine your guy, Jamal Charlo, because you like Jamal Charlo a lot. Can you imagine if Jamal Charlo came back and he was like, yeah, you know what? I want to fight Keith Thurman. I'm pulling up. I want Keith Thurman as my next opponent, KQ. That's who I'm fighting. Jamal is fighting Keith Thurman, pulling him up 2 weight classes. Bro, people will be shitting bricks, man. People, and I gotta say, because it's like common sense and logic sometimes people forget what's actually going on. And even I've said, damn, Canelo versus Jamel, that's a fight that I wanted, that I never knew I wanted. I didn't know I wanted this fight until they announced it. But when the longer you think about it, the weaker and just whack and pathetic that it looks.
Teach,
Canelo, bro.
Excuse me. Jamel did not duck Tim Tszyu. All right?
Yeah, there ain't no duck, man.
That's no duck. Okay? Jamel made a choice. All right? Either Tim Tszyu, that doesn't have really a big name, but over in Australia, or Canelo, who got a name and carry a big purse. All right? That's what I'm talking about. Now, let me just say this, Knockout. One thing about Al Heyman and PBC, they're not gonna let Canelo just fight anybody for that type of money they're paying him. You know,
no, they're not. He gonna choose big names, but he gonna find a way. I'll fight these big names, but I need your big names from 2-3 weight classes below me. I'll fight the big names, but I ain't fighting the big names that you got in my weight class. Like, that shit just weak, man. That shit weak. And to teach, homie, look, man, I hear what you're saying, but I respectfully, bro, disagree, and I disagree heavy with Jamel Charlo being a duck. Look, man, you're not gonna convince me. You're not gonna convince me that one, you can either fight your mandatory at 154 pounds, but instead of fighting your mandatory, you decide to move up 2 weight classes and fight the undisputed champion. That's not no duck, bro. That's like saying right now, Devin Haney is a 135-pound fighter, bro. He's a 135-pound fighter, and technically, right now, you got Lomachenko, who's his mandatory in the WBC. You got Shakur, who's his number one contender in the WBO, and you got Tank Davis, who's his mandatory in the WBA. Instead of fighting one of them, let's say that he fights the winner of Earl Spence and Bud Crawford at the end of the year, instead of fighting one of those guys. Bro, you don't duck them to fight Spence or Crawford, bro. That's basically what Jamel is doing. We can't call him a duck, bro. We can't call him a duck. Like, if you fight your mandatory, but instead you move up 2 weight classes to fight the undisputed champion, that's not a duck. Now, if you the undisputed champion and you pull somebody up 2 weight classes when you got dudes right there that's deserving of a shot, that's something totally different, bro.
Right.
That's something totally. I can't call you a duck because Tim Tszyu does nothing for you, but you would defend your undisputed crown again. If you fighting Canelo Alvarez, you win, you become the only man ever to do the Clarissa Shields, bro. He be the only man ever to be undisputed in 2 separate weight classes in the 4-belt era, and he's getting a bigger bag to do it. Wow. Nah, bro, that's not a duck. That's not a duck. So I'm getting a bigger legacy. I'm getting more money, and I'm getting more hardware, and I'm fighting a more accomplished, tougher, more skilled fighter, more proven fighter. Nah, bro. Nah, that ain't no duck. If that's a duck, then everything if that's our standard for a duck, then bro, it's gonna be so many people that's ducks that it's crazy to me. It's crazy. I don't understand. They didn't know teach because Canelo is the one pulling somebody up. Jamel is taking a risk going up in weight. Canelo is looking for advantages. Jamel Charlo is the one giving away all of his advantages to try to make the shit happen, bro. Like, I can't. He ain't no duck, bro. Not like that. Not doing what he doing, bro. That ain't a duck move. That's a heroic, courageous move. And stepping in like that, like, I'm giving him props, bro. I ain't gonna call him a duck. I'll call Canelo a duck in a heartbeat, though, because that shit look weak to me. But that's all I got on that, man. You got anything else on Jamel and Canelo?
No. Well, I just, like I say, I like the reason. I like the heart of Jamel got on him. Like you say, you thought my brother was sweet, and you thought my brother was vulnerable, and so you was gonna take advantage of it. Well, I'm here to take his place. I'm here to take his place. And that's one thing about brothers. That's one thing about twin brothers, right? They might be in competition all the time, but one thing about it, they stick together when the going gets tough.
Hey.
And that's what Jamel is doing.
It ain't even got to be twin brother. I got brothers like, man, me and my brother, we can be talking shit. You could watch me and my brother be in an argument, look like we about to come to blows right there in public, like just going at it. But say something to one of us. Say something to one of us and watch how quick that shit turn. Watch how quick we go from being at each other's throat and then both of us at you. All of us, like, that's just brothers, man. That's how brothers get down. If you see 2 brothers fighting, Leave them alone and don't pick nobody's side, because you pick a side, you're gonna find
They
out
both
real
can turn
quick
on,
that they're gonna both
yeah.
turn on your ass.
Right.
Bro, I'm
You
trying
know,
to tell you.
real.
But look, man, last fight, man, Jerome Boots Ennis, man. Bro, that was so exciting what he did. Like I've never been so excited for the defense and making people miss, and just bro, that shit was a phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
What you
It,
got on Jerome Boots Ennis and Roman Villa last night, man?
man, I told everyone, this is not Karen. Okay, I told everyone that, and I told everyone last night that coming from that area of the world, Venezuela, Argentina, these guys, they can take a lick and keep on ticking, just like Timex. And one thing about Villa, he was taking some good shots. He started to get busting up, started leaking out the nose, but he still was coming. And matter of fact, he was landing some good shots on Boots, but Boots just pretty much walked right through him and did what he had to do. And Boots was pretty much throwing all his arsenal out there. I mean, uppercuts, shovel jabs, I mean, tumble jab, I mean, left hook. Then he go orthodox. Then he go southpaw. I mean, then he was pretty much just throwing everything, his whole load at Villa. But Villa wouldn't go down. He wouldn't go down. You know, so Booth being smart, you know, did not take a stool through the whole fight. Being smart, then pretty much pulled out, took his time, you know, pretty much used the ring, and then again attack of the body. Went right back downstairs to the body once again. He started breaking him down, and next thing you know, he got that right hand in there, that right hook on Villa. And Villa felt that one that time because he stopped just like a robot. He stopped, and then he started marching straight ahead. But Boots right now, Boots, I think, is now proven. He has proven that, hey, I'm going to be the next champion at 147. I might be undisputed at 147 once Earl and Terrence move up. And so, I mean, Boots, he did a fantastic job of fighting at different ranges last night. I mean, he was all over the place, changing angles, using his angles. Then he's kind of like, not showboat, but he's kind of like played with his food a little bit. But of course, then now some people were saying last night and this morning that Boots was pretty much having a hard time with Villa. I don't think he's having a hard time. I think he chose when and where to knock him out. So you can't be looking for the knockout. The knockout has to come. And that's what he was doing. He was making sure it come by hitting him with overhand rights and overhand lefts and changing from conventional to southpaw. Now, of course, now let me make this clear. Boost, when he switches to southpaw, it's a plus for him. No doubt about it. It's a plus for him, and it has been proven. But when Terrence Crawford switched to southpaw, it doesn't serve him any big purpose. You know, that's the difference, and that has been proven to be right. Now, of course, it looked good, you know, but still in all, he's better off staying in the conventional stance. But that's here or there. But still in all, I mean, I think Booth, he proved to everybody that he can fight. He proved to everybody that he can fight, and that he got different levels that he can fight at. And yes, he did pull off a little bit off of Villa, and that's what Villa was trying to open up, and Villa was trying to go down through the body. Villa was trying to go upstairs, but he still keep getting busted up. But hey, he said, "Hey, I'm coming out here. I'm coming out here," and he came to fight. One thing I can say he came to fight. Now, Booth, this was his debut all over again knockout because he said that everybody had a bad taste in their mouth with the Karen fight. But so he said he's gonna come out and show his whole arsenal, and that's what he did. He came out and he showed his whole arsenal.
And boy, it's an arsenal too, OG.
Man, man,
Boy, it's an
I
arsenal
mean,
too, man. God
man,
damn.
man, he spit the guard. He went, man. I mean, hit him on the glove, and the glove was vibrating. Man, I mean, so I mean, and then then here come the climax. I mean, he finished in high fashion. He finished in high fashion. He put the cherry on top, and he got him out of there. And man, he almost went through the ropes, but he was out, and he was out cold for a minute. So man, it's nothing I can say. It's nothing I can say that Boost did wrong last night. Only thing about it is people expecting him to get him out of there sooner. But you don't
Nah,
know.
that was a tough
Right.
dude.
That's what I was gonna say. You don't know when you get in that ring how tough these guys are. They tough, they stubborn. They might not have the accolades and the movement and like we have or another fighter, a good fighter had, but they got the toughness. They got the toughness. They will still keep coming and coming and coming. So, but hey, I ain't mad at them. Boots, do your thing. Now, only way is up. That's all I can say. The next step is keep going up, the far as you
I'm
can go.
I'm
So,
watching. When I was watching the fight, I told people when he fought Karen, I was
mhm.
like, he'll never fight another opponent like this again, bro. Like he's gonna look better because the guys that he's about to start fighting, they ain't gonna run from him.
Right.
And I go get on their skates and they're not gonna run from him. And when he in there with somebody that's gonna actually try to fight back, he gonna look way better because he ain't gonna have to go looking for him. He do need to learn how to cut off the ring, is what I told people, but I wouldn't worry too much about that, man. He's going to be okay. And he went out there and he proved me right. Look, man, like just how fast he is, the defense, how he was making that boy miss, and then he was pumping the jab from both stances to begin the fight, and he wouldn't stop pumping the jab. Then he went inside on him, gave him the shoulder, that uppercut, and the right, that left uppercut and right hook. Nasty. He just showed he can do everything in the ring. He was toying with that, man. He made he reminded me, you know how like Pernell Whitaker and Roy Jones, how they used to make defense exciting and shit. You'd be like, God
Right.
damn, that defense, like, God, how you doing that shit?
Right.
Who took me back there for a minute? He was making defense. I'm looking at the defense like,
he rolled
God
with the
damn,
punches,
boy, do your thing. And then turn that shit over in the offense, man. That shit was special. And I'm so glad he was in there with somebody like Villa who was tough, who could bring all of that out of him. Because I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of dudes would have folded up. They 10 a lot earlier with the shit he was getting hit with, man. He was getting hit. He was getting hit with the type of shit that you might have to reconsider maybe not coming out the corner, man. He was getting hit with some shit. And he made Boots earn that stoppage. And I love the fact that Boots earned that stoppage. And one thing that I learned in the Karen fight, and I learned now in the fight against this guy Villa, man, Boots got a gas tank.
Yes.
He got, listen, you ain't finna, if you think anybody thinking that they gonna drown him, like one of these experienced fighters think, oh man, I'm gonna take him in the deep waters and I'm gonna drown him, but you gonna drown yourself because he ain't gonna get tired. He can work with you. He'll throw punches with you if you want to try to push him around and shit and think that you gonna do something, man. He don't get tired, bro. He don't get tired. That boy putting in that work. He putting in that dog work in the gym, bro. He's not going to get tired. And so finding that out, I know he in championship shape. You're gonna have to beat him. You're gonna have to beat him. And that skill set, that talent, that ability, that's a lot to beat. Oh boy, that's a lot to beat. Because the jab is good from both sides. I think he's more powerful from the southpaw stance. I think he's a more powerful fighter from the southpaw stance, but bro, he got it all. That young man showed he got it all, and I can't wait. Now, after the fight, he did call out the winner. He said he want the winner, Earl and Bud. I don't think he gonna get him. I think the winner gonna move up to 154. But with what Virgil Ortiz got going on, because he was supposed to fight and he pulled out because of health issues. Oh gee, who gonna stop him from destroying the welterweight division for the next 3-4 years before he move? Like, who gonna stop him, bro?
And that's what I was looking at with King Vaughn, 86. He said, man, Boots just need opportunities. Well, what opportunities? What opportunity? Keith Thurman? Ortiz moving up to 154 because they think that's the problem because he can't make 147 very well, so he passing out or whatever. Now, what happens when they find out that ain't the problem? So, but still, you got to look at 147. 147, man, I mean, it's not that deep once Spence, Crawford, and then you got Thurman, then you got none other than Boots. All right?
Yeah. And anybody coming up from 140, you too little, you ain't fast enough, you ain't strong. Forget about it. Like anybody trying to come up from 140, bro, don't even throw them names out there, bro. Like anybody, they too little, bro. Like he may not be challenged until he get to 154, 160 or something, man.
Exactly.
At 147, as long as he can make it comfortably, it's that shit curtains. That shit done. Like it's over with, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no, there's nothing. He will win. The only way he won't be undisputed champion at 147 pounds if somebody duck him, man. If somebody hurry up and get a belt and they duck him and they don't want to fight him. It's the only way, bro.
Yeah.
It's the only way. He that good, man. He put on a masterclass. That was the best performance of his career by far. I don't care what nobody say to me, man. I don't care what nobody try to tell me. That was the best performance of his career by far, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what he needed. Yeah, that's what he needed. To show his skill set, and that's what he needed to bounce back from the last fight. But he got the whole package, you know. And now this is the question: is he ready? Just hypothetically putting this out here. Let's just say Earl Spence is available. Let's just say that him and Earl Spence do get in there. I think Earl Spence is still more experienced. I think he been at 147 longer, and I think he just more he bigger, and of course Earl Spence got great tools also, but you know Boots still got hang in there with him though.
He can more than hang. I favor Earl in that fight, but I ain't comfortable.
Right.
Hey, I got Earl, but I ain't comfortable. I'll be on the edge of my seat the whole goddamn night, just looking at that mug, nervous than the motherfucker, man.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I'm more nervous for Boots right now than Bud. Y'all think I'm crazy if y'all want to. That young ass dude, man. Young, strong, faster than both of them. Got it like Bud. I see Bud get tired and shit. I don't think Bud can fight with Earl for as long as Boots can fight. Like Boots, shit. Earl gonna turn up on Boots. Boots gonna be right there. Boots gonna be like, shit. Hey man, I'm not tired either. What's up? What we doing? Like,
and what I said about your guy, Abdullah Mason. We hit on that a little bit last night. Abdullah Mason. Everybody said, what you think about him, KQ? Hey man, he got the goods, everything, but I'm not satisfied. Let me put it that way, because you know I don't like to see him fight competition at his level or above. And let's see what happens when he get hit. Let's see what happens, and you know, and how he think, you know, and then I can tell you, you know. But right now, yes, he looked great. He looked great, long arms and long reach, and just got the whole package. Well, that's the same way with Boots, you know. But last night he got hit. Right, he got hit, and sometimes he rolled with the punches like Jaime McGill does. But to me, that looked like you're getting hit. But you're rolling with him, but you know, taking the steam off of him. But still, still look like you're getting hit. But Boots, I think, he fight on the inside. But they didn't fight too much in the booth a lot. He didn't clinch. But still, he had the whole package, going in between the guard and going with the uppercuts, then coming around with the right hand and using a double left jab. So I mean, he had the whole thing going on last night. So
this is what they better hope for, OG. And I'm gonna give some game, and they better hope Boots don't figure this out. If Boots figures this one thing out, ain't nobody got a shot. And it's this right here, bro. It's this right here. They better hope that Boots continues his career trying to do that flashy shit. If Boots makes it up in his mind and just say, man, fuck all that flashy shit. Like, I'm good. I'm just going to stick to my fundamentals and we just going to fight. If he does that, bro, he will become, you have to wait on him to be out of his prime, bro.
Yeah.
If he says, you know what, bro, I'm just fuck this flashy shit. All that extra flashy, like I'm good. Let's just fight.
Right.
Let's just do our fundamentals and let's just focus on our skills. If he does that, bro, and obviously it'll make him, he won't be as exciting to watch. But if he does that, bro, that man too, he got too much with him. He got way too much with him. I'm telling y'all right now. They better hope he continue to be flashy, trying to put on shows and all that shit. If he ever say, man, you know what, bro, I'm just trying to win. I'm just trying to win. I don't want to be flashy. I don't want to go make y'all go ooh and ah and all that shit. I'm just gonna work. If he do that shit, bro, that shit, it's curtains. It's shit over, boy.
Yeah, Jay Dixon. Yeah, his jabs down to the body. He stick them in there real hard. It don't look like it, but it does. That's why it took a lot of a win out of Villa. And Villa was fatigued also. Not only hurt, but he was fatigued too. And that's the worst combination, being tired and hurt. So yeah, he sucks them in there real good.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Now, what else we got, man? We got a few. We got some time left. Let's talk about what's coming up this week. Or you know what? I haven't talked about it a lot. People keep asking to talk about it, man. There's a fight 3 days before Bud and Spence, man. That Monster Inoue and Stephen Fulton fight, man. As we get closer to that fight, that's one of the big fights in boxing nobody's really talking about right now, man. What you think of that? You excited for that one? You gonna get up early to watch that one, man?
Oh yeah, I will be calling that fight. Yes, sir. I think
you gonna call it? Okay.
Oh yes, sir. It's gonna be 4 a.m. I believe. It's over in Japan, and it's 4 days before the Strata fight that Friday night, and then you got Earl Spence that Saturday night. Okay, so we got 3 good cards in that 1 week. Like I say, boxing's back, baby. So but that fight with Scooter, aka Cool Boy Steph, he's gonna be fighting Monster Inoue. Now, Monster Inoue is one of the first Oriental fighters, or let's say Japan fighters, whatever, that has great boxing skills. He got great boxing skills, and Cool Boy Steph, he got to pretty much knock him down or get a big knockout. Because over Japan, you're in another country. You're over there in his home country. All right, that's Monster Inoue land over there, and they love him over there. They love him over there. They love what he does over there. So but I think Cool Boy Steph is going to bring everything he has. He's working hard, right as we speak, and he's doing everything that he can to come up with a lot of game plans to change on Inoue. So man, this is going to be a good fight. And I think they're going to start talking about a little bit more KO as we get closer to the fight. We still, what 2 weeks out. And I still think, just like a lot of other fights, that they started talking about it and boosting it up that week. So that's a good fight. That's a good fight.
I'm excited for it too. My thing is, though, I'm worried about the judges, man. I'm worried about the judges because it's a close, tough fight. People, listen, man, I told people this shit about Loma and fucking Devin.
Right.
Listen, man, everybody talking about Stephen Fulton about the 12-0 this dude, man, or he could possibly stop Monster Inoue, or he about to put on a master class and Monster Inoue ain't got no shot and shit like that, bro. No, like y'all need to go watch some Monster Inoue and Stephen Cool Boy Fulton fight. Like, y'all need to go watch some fights, man. Right. This ain't one of them fights where he about to watch something. So I wonder, in a close fight, if he pull away, can he get a split decision? Can he get if it's an 8-4, 7-5 type of fight, will they give Cool Boy a nod like that? So I worry about that in the fight. They fighting in Japan by Vazoy because that's how they get the most money, bro.
Right.
That's how they get the most money. Like that's where the money for the fight is. So they fighting in Japan because Japan, they dropping a bag for Cool Boy to go over there. They wouldn't get that type of bag over here in America. We just don't. Y'all tell me that grown man shouldn't be that small. So y'all Americans don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? So so with that being said, man, I'm excited for the fight. All I'm hoping for is that the right guy win, man.
Right.
I is that the right guy win. Whoever win that fight, whoever deserve the victory, that's who should get the victory, man. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up the next morning because, see, for fights like that, OG, I take off work. I watch the fight, then I go to sleep, and then I wake up and I do whatever I need to do for the day or whatever, because I'm not trying to watch a fight like that And you know what I mean, and then have to work or nothing after. So I'll be watching the fight, and I hope I'm not upset because of a robbery or something like that. I just hope whoever win the fight, that's who should win the fight, bro. Don't do no bullshit on the judges' scorecards and all that shit. But that's something that you got to think about, man. So that's one thing that worries me. But I think the styles go good together. One thing Cool Boy can't do is that thing that he likes to do sometimes, where he'll fight the other fighters' fight to show that he can fight their fight. Like, you can't do that shit. This ain't. This is not one of them fights.
Right.
Yeah, this is one of these fights where you need to, however you can win comfortable. Then shit, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be in there like, oh, I'm gonna show that I can power box with this guy, and I could do what he do. Like, don't do that.
Right. Yeah.
Not this fight, bro. Not this
fight.
fight.
Figueroa.
That's all I got on it though, man.
Okay. We got Jermaine Harvey in the super chat once again. He said, based on that performance, the switching, the angles, the counter punching, the slipping shots was very impressive. Boost is what Bud fans think Bud is. Yeah. But if the difference is 10 years, all right? The Boost is 26, and of course, Bud is 36. You know, so yeah, it's a big difference because he don't move like he at 140 no more. People keep getting that mixed up.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'll go watch some old Bud film, and I ain't trying to be no knee-jerk reaction type of person or nothing like that. But Bud didn't look like that, bro.
No.
He didn't look that athletic. Like Bud used to look good and shit, boy. Bud, hey, I ain't saying he can't move. I ain't saying Bud ain't a hell of a fighter. He didn't look like that though. He didn't look like that last night, bro. Nah, that was fat. That was the Matrix, bro.
Yeah,
that was some Neo Matrix. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one. That was some shit, boy. That was some shit right there, boy. But that's all I got, OG, man. What you got? Anything else, man? Before we give our last words?
Nope. That's it.
Hey, man, look, shout out to everybody that came through, man. Y'all be sure to check me out. I'll be live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. We'll be dropping daily content to the channel. OG, I appreciate you as always. I ain't got nothing else for y'all, but enjoy y'all Sunday. And have a good rest of y'all day, man.
All right. I am KQKC Boxing Network. I will be live Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. And with that, man, we'll see you all next week, same time, same place. All right. And with that, enjoy nothing but boxing this week and this weekend coming up. All right. With that, we out of here. Everybody have a good day and hit the like button on your way out. With that, we out of here. Peace.